Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates, another one of my daily holiday videos. If you didn't know, I'm putting out one video every day between Christmas and New Year's, mixing up stuff, everything from Star Wars gaming to normal gaming to IRL stuff, so make sure to watch all of them if you haven't already. And don't forget to enter my big holiday giveaway where you can win a capture card, some G Fuel, squadrons, as well as a Xbox Games Pass Ultimate. Just follow the link in the description below. Today I wanted to talk about what other games I play, because that's a question I get during pretty much every single live stream. What games do you play besides Battlefront 2 and Star Wars Squadrons? And that's what I wanted to talk about today, just briefly explaining what each game is, as I think it can be interesting both for those of you who don't know which games these are, and also because I'm sure there's plenty of you who do play the same games as I do, but you might just not know it. So I always like playing competitive games, although I'm not the best at it. And one of those games I play often on is Counter-Strike Go. I haven't played it too much the last month, but it's a game that I play in periods, I would say, as it's just a classic good old competitive shooter. It's probably the biggest shooter out there right now, and I really enjoy it. I can get tired of it sometimes, both because the people you play with can be really annoying, and also because it can eventually get a little bit stale. And most of you probably know what kind of game it is. 5 versus 5, plant the bomb, defuse the bomb, or kill all the enemies. Very straightforward, but also a bit try hard. It's not as forgiving as Battlefront 2 is. And another game that me and Denise has gotten into the last couple of months actually is Valorant. This is basically Riot Games' take on Counter-Strike and Overwatch or something like that. It's a competitive shooter as well, 5 versus 5, plant and defuse the bomb, but you have different agents with various abilities, giving it a bit more depth, which I really like, because you have some agents that can heal, some that have grenades, and so on. So I like this game quite a lot because I can still make use of my shooting skills, but also be a little bit more tactical with the various abilities. So as of right now, I do prefer playing Valorant over Counter-Strike actually, as it still satisfies the kind of shooting need, but also it's a little bit more fun, in my opinion, simply put. And another game that I've recently gotten back into, and I'm not really sure why, is Dota 2. I had like 1,000 hours into this game back in 2015, I think. And Dota 2, for those of you who don't know, is a MOBA game, which is more of like a strategy game. You play around that takes about an hour, you level up your hero, and you try to take out the enemy heroes and eventually their base. It's actually a really hard game to get into because there are so many heroes, and although I have over 1,000 hours into this game, I don't even know like half the heroes. And I am really bad at it, I gotta say. I think I just broke a record of getting like a 15 lose streak. I mean, that's probably half me, half the team, but it's a game I still thoroughly enjoy because when it goes well, it's really satisfying. And it's also nice with a game that isn't a shooter, but it's a little bit more tactical. But it's just so much depth into this game and so many things you need to keep track of at the same time that it's not a very forgiving game. That's what I'll say. And it can also get on your nerves quite a lot. But nevertheless, it is a game that I do enjoy quite a lot and do play a couple of games every week. But it's also probably one of the last games I'd ever show on the channel, because if you don't know the game, you're not gonna enjoy it at all. Something like a shooter or a single player game you can enjoy even if you haven't played it, but watching Dota 2, if you don't know the game, you're not gonna understand anything and you're probably not gonna enjoy it. But those are really the more like active games I play, but there's a couple of co-op games that I've played a little bit with Denise over the last couple of months, some of which you basically just play once and finish, like A Way Out, and that was a really fun game. But then also some games like Phasmophobia, we've tried a little bit and it's pretty fun. It can be a little bit scary sometimes, but the tactical part of it I quite like, having all the tools, and the goal is basically to find a ghost in a building, try to figure out what kind of ghost it is, get all the evidence you need before the ghost kills you. So you can be a little bit scary, but mostly I think it's quite fun. And occasionally we'll also play some games on my PlayStation 4 Pro, and such as we recently started playing Uncharted for the first time, and we also played Life is Strange. Those kind of single play games can be really fun, even if only one of us is playing and others are watching. It's like basically watching a movie. So I think that those kind of games can also be really relaxing to play every now and then. Although, as you probably know, I am mostly a multiplayer person, and that's why Dota 2, Counter-Strike Go, and Valorant are probably my most played games other than Battlefront 2 right now. Because it's really just something satisfying about multiplayer to me, and I can never really get into those single player games where you play like 1,000 hours. I just have never done that. I'm not really sure why. I tend to get bored if that's the case, unless I play with with someone else. But yeah, I hope that gives you a good idea of what kind of games I'm playing right now other than Battlefront 2 and Star Wars Squadrons. And if you have any questions about the games I play or have played, feel free to drop a comment below and I'll do my best answering all of them. And again, don't forget to check out any of my other holiday videos that have already been released and will be released. You'll see some on the end cards here as well as in the description below, and don't forget to enter that giveaway. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the force be with you.